The Bears have now wrapped up mandatory camp and have one more set of practice next week, voluntary camp, but I expect very high participation again. They ended mandatory OTAs with a wacky practice that included Darnell Wright making a one handed catch and receivers and running backs throwing passes to the offensive line and quarterbacks, with Caleb Williams catching passes as well. Today, I'm going to quickly break down the final practice of the week. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Caleb Williams had another good practice that included some big time throws and a TD reception. Ben Johnson was asked for four players that have stood out in OTAs, and he gave two on offense and two on defense. And the very first player he mentioned is going to surprise you. He talked about Dominique Robinson. He said that he's been really quick off the line of scrimmage. He's in great shape after he bulked up even more since last year. Our head coach said that he's gotten reps against the first team tackles a lot in the last couple of weeks in practice, and he's won more than his fair share of reps and really impressed this new coaching staff. He's also really working hard on special teams as well. Dom Rob is in a make or break season. It's great to hear that he's a guy who stood out early on. Remember, Dom Rob flashed his raw talent in his first career game with 1.5 sacks against the 49ers, but in the nearly 3 years after that, he has only half a sack total. If Dom Rob can actually make an impact, that would add even more depth to this defensive line. The second player he mentioned is rookie linebacker Ruben Hippolyte. He said he's done a nice job learning the scheme, and he's improved as much as any player on the roster over the last 9 weeks. Ben Johnson said this is a guy who just keeps getting better and better every day. And right now, he's definitely in the mix to earn a starting spot at Sam linebacker. On offense, the two guys he mentioned first was tight end Joel Wilson, a guy that a lot of people might not even recognize. He made one or two big catches every OTA. He's an undrafted tight end who's made big plays in practice, and he's battling to try to earn a roster spot. The final guy our head coach would mention is seventh round pick Kyle Monungai. Our head coach said he appreciates the attention to detail from the rookie and how well he's picked up things. Look out for Monungai at training camp. I really like this dude. Ben Johnson would also add that he feels really good with where guys are fundamentally and how they've taken to practice for the last 2 months. But today was the one day a year where Ben Johnson said he likes to find out who can catch and who can throw. The highlights included Darnell Wright's one-handed catch and Case Keenum catching a 50-plus yard bomb. But Ben Johnson is definitely scheming up some trick plays. I can't wait to see what he has up his sleeve. He also was asked about our first and second round pick. He said he's not worried about Luther Burden or Colston Loveland at all right now. I expect both to be ready by training camp. But Ben Johnson did want to talk about that. He said he wants guys to get in shape now. He said training camp is not a get in shape camp. It's come to camp in shape and ready to earn a roster spot. I love our new head coach, and it's even more reason why Gervon Dexter should stand out this year. Afterwards, it was Andrew Billings, Tyson Bagent, and Rome Odunze talking to the media today. Bagent said working with Ben Johnson has been a blessing, and he called it wonderful to have him as a head coach. He expects this team to be ready to go. The must-see press conference for me was Rome Odunze, if you missed it. Not only a favorite of mine as far as talent goes, but Rome's personality is so awesome. He talked about how him and a lot of the younger players will be at practice next week with the rookies. He said he understands some of the other guys are older and have been in the league longer. Those guys have kids at home and don't really need to be here next week. Sounded kind of like he was talking about DJ Moore there. But for Rome, he's 23 years old, and he's doing every single little thing he can to be the best player he can for the Bears organization. So Rome Odunze, Caleb Williams, and others will be in attendance next week. Stay tuned for more coverage on that. I also recorded with Greg Gabriel today. I was not able to go live due to some technical difficulties, so I'll be releasing my chat with Greg in a couple of short videos. Stay tuned for those. Remember to hit the like button for me, and until next time, bear down.